Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine. It's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means. It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop early holiday deals now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Blame Me. Don't blame me. Today, we are here with my personal favorite segment. No offense to everybody else who's a guest on the podcast. It's Megan and Melissa time. Doing Megan and Melissa things like the podcast in our primary ass colors.
We look great.
We do. Wow. You have your legs crossed in jeans. Remember the time you marveled at how long I kept my legs crossed for? Your legs crossed in jeans.
Yeah. These are great jeans, though.
Where are those from?
From Air.
Oh, yeah. You told me about those.
Yeah. They're it's like the only jeans like that I have, like 5 pairs of them. 2 of them are like these exact jeans.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Do you notice how like guys, when they put their phone in their jean pocket, it gets like an outline?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that, well, I know that their pockets are longer than ours, but that's all I got for that.
Yeah, Moxie, like last night he walked in and I was like, why you got a weird white square or like rectangle on your leg? And he's like,
maybe because they always put their phones here. We don't put our phones here.
But like, why don't they switch pockets like once it starts to happen? Like, why is it like, how did he let that happen?
I don't care.
Oh,
I do know in the South, all the cowboys.
Oh, you're sick. You just called it the South.
The South, yeah. I'm sick, so I'm very like nasally, but all the guys that like did dip.
Oh yeah,
you can see the outline in the back. Yeah, in the back of their jeans.
Guys.
It's gross.
Don't be nasty. Don't be nasty. Well, we're back with another episode, and yeah, guys, it's an advice podcast. You fucking know at this point, or if you don't, hi. If you guys want to give us a call for an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976, and international listeners can leave us an audio file at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. Okay, guys, we are going to give you all some fucking advice.
Yeah, this is a very sexy episode.
Why is it sexy?
Because all the questions you picked for me and you are all sex related.
Well, I was just thinking, these are really good questions. And I was like,
all of them are sex
but
related.
I also don't know who our upcoming guests are. And these people,
well, this one was for,
these are pressing questions.
It was just so funny because it was like the ones that you picked for, because we record this same day we record the one with Jocelyn that's coming up next week.
Jocelyn's wholesome.
Hers was all like friend related, and then all mine were like sex.
Jocelyn never talked. Me and Lily have tried so hard to get Jocelyn to talk about sex, and she never really. She always alludes to it. Mm-hmm. She's like just so like wholesome and proper, and you're not. So I was like, let's just do it.
I feel like I'm proper, maybe not wholesome.
Yeah, you're proper. You're just not wholesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm neither.
Hey, Megan. I didn't think about this in advance at all, so sorry if this is a complete mess, but I am a senior in high school, and I'm kind of going through it with a guy right now. So basically, I had never done anything with anyone before, never even been on a date, but there's this one guy who I've always kind of had a crush on, and he recently started texting me, and so I decided I was going to try it out, and I went over to his house, and we made out, and it was fun, and it's been great. I really like talking to him, but he's just like with a lot of girls. I don't know. I just know that he's always kind of been, he plays the game, and we've both been very open about not wanting to be in a relationship, but I guess I would still consider being exclusive but not in a relationship. But I don't even know if that's really a thing, but it makes me a little uncomfortable just thinking about him like with other girls. But he basically told me straight up that he is talking to other people, so I just don't know, like, do I just try to get over it? Like, I don't even know exactly what my question is here, but I guess just what should I do? I've talked to him about it and told him that it made me a little uncomfortable, like that I know he talks to all these other girls, and he was like, I'm sorry, I know. And I was like, okay, cool, not helpful. So what should I do? Should I stop talking to him? None of my friends approve, which I know is a big red flag. Also, is it possible to just be like casual but exclusive? I don't know. Okay, thank you for any help. Bye.
I don't want to use the word sweetie because it's really patronizing, but I want to be like, sweetie.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
You're a senior in high school. Like, you're about to graduate soon in a few months. Just let him, if you want to have fun with him and you like him, and have fun with him, but you're probably not going to see him again in a few months ever again.
Yeah. I think this is like, I'm very quick to shit on guys and be like, guys are the fucking worst. And a lot of the time that they are, but I will also, and I'm a huge feminist. I'm all about like women are great. We are great. But sometimes there's occasions when men tell us exactly what they want, exactly how they feel. And we choose not to believe it and listen to it. And we get heartbroken. And then we're like, fuck this dude. So I think he told you right off the bat. And I think you said you weren't very experienced with this and you like this guy. I mean, I even go through this with my friends now where I talk to them and they're like, yeah, and then like this person, they said they wanted this, and I'm like cool with it. And I was like, you're not cool with that. Like when you were starting to date people, you immediately were like, yeah, I would rule out anyone who like didn't want to be exclusive. And then suddenly they're like, yeah, no, I'm cool with not being exclusive. I was like, no, you like this person, therefore this is what they want, and that's how you get them. So that's what you're gonna do. And I think that's what happened with you. I think you saying like a casual way to be exclusive,
that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. You want to be exclusive, but you're trying your best to be on the same page as him and still get what you want. And I think that there's no point, like, at all. I think he's telling you exactly how he feels. And I would say if you were having fun, like, totally go for it. But I think you have serious feelings for him.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably just going to hurt you more in the long run to try, because I think what would end up happening, as much as you might be like, I can become cool with it, you're not going to become cool with it over time at all. You're just going to be more insecure, get more crazy about it, and you're going to end up putting him in a position where he feels like a shit guy because he listened to a girl who said she was okay with something that she's not.
Yeah.
And you're not okay with it, and that's also so fine and so okay. And think about, I mean, I feel like it's not an empathetic thing to say, but in general, count your blessings in the sense that, like, he could have not said that. He could have told you what you wanted to hear and then not followed through with it, versus he's telling you something that he knows isn't what you want to hear, but he's still being honest with you. And I think that you just need to take people for face value with that kind of stuff and just move on and not talk to him, because you're going to, like you said, you're going to college, you're going to meet so many other people and all that stuff. And I think if you leave high school with not a ton of like sexual experience, especially, it can kind of feel daunting going into college. I know a ton of people who went into college without a ton of sexual experience.
Yeah, I didn't have a ton of sexual experience.
Even if they didn't just like suddenly like start hooking out with people, like I know a bunch of people who got into relationships and then like they didn't it wasn't like I'm now just like it wasn't like now I have to fucking lose it to some random at a party. Like I know plenty of people who then went into college and were in relationships and stuff like that. So
but we don't know if she's going to college or not, but still.
Yeah, but of that age of like you're about to like, there are so many when you're not in school with him. Also, I think it's going to be because you're at school with him every day, like that's going to make it you're thinking about him more and it's making you more into him based on proximity.
Yes.
But the second that you guys aren't seeing each other every day, I think you're going to realize that you also probably don't like him as much as you think that you did. It was just kind of, this is someone who's also expressing interest in you. And this is the only time when you're under your senior year. I think it's the only time when you should be dating stuff. It should be casual and fun, and both people should be getting the same thing out of it.
Right.
Like starting new stuff, So best of luck, though. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're going to find somebody that's down for the same type of stuff that you are.
Yeah. You don't have to settle for that at all. On to the next.
Hi, Megan. I actually called a couple days ago, but some shit happened that I need to update you on. So, I am 20 years old, and I have been sleeping with this guy on and off for over a year. I haven't seen him in a while. But this past December, on Christmas Eve to be exact, one of my closest friends texted me in the middle of the night saying, hey, by the way, I insert his name here, and if he asks me to be his girlfriend, I'm going to say yes. First of all, when that happened, I had no idea they were talking. She told me nothing. She didn't let me know anything. So when she said this to me, this was literally a blow to the heart. And I was just okay, I love you, because I was just I didn't know what to do. And then I called my friend right after, and I was crying. I was just I don't understand why she would do this. I was rationalizing it, saying, I don't want to be a bad friend. I don't want to push her out of my life because she's doing this. I want her to be happy. But as time went on, I started to get angry instead of continue to be sad. I was mad, and I was just raging. And literally today, I find out that he proposed to her. They're fucking engaged. They haven't, at least to my knowledge, haven't been going out for longer than 3 months. And I am hurt. I am mad. And I'm just she knew all the shitty stuff that he did to me, so I don't know why she went to follow through. But my question is, should I kind of wait it out and wait until we kind of rekindle our friendship, or should I just kick her out of my life?
Holy shit.
Okay, so I must have downloaded I've downloaded the update, but I had the notes for the one that she called in before. So this was a complete shock.
So this is a big update for you.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I think it's very big of you to be friends want to be happy. She's not your friend.
No.
Anyone who does anything, chooses to do anything, making any life decision that they know is going to hurt you and is something that they don't have to do, that's not your friend. There are times my friends have had to tell me something that they know is going to hurt me, but they have to do it.
Yeah.
But then there are other things that you just wouldn't do. That's not a casualty of friendship of being oh no, that's just par with the course. That's not a thing. So I'm just not here for being good friends to people who aren't your friends.
Yeah.
It's just exhausting, and you're going to be tired all the time because you're trying to do that. Also, God, this guy just I hate to break it to you. This guy just is not into you. No. And he wasn't into you.
They were never, and they were probably messing around way longer than 3 months too.
Oh, yeah. No,
and they're engaged already. Is she pregnant?
So, yeah, I wonder. And so I would just say, as much as, it sucks because it's kind of a double whammy of losing two things at once. The guy that you're hooking up with, who maybe you probably had, actual serious feelings for and was hoping something was going to come out of that. And then you're losing a friend at the same time. But, yeah, I mean, I've said this before on the podcast, but, when I meet someone that my friend either has a crush on, is hooking up with, dated, anything like that, they immediately go from a man with a penis to a person that has no sexual organs and is not a sexual creature at fucking all, and they go into this box where they forever are attached and associated with that friend of mine.
Yep.
Any good friend of yours would you would just never, it just wouldn't naturally happen at all. So I think know that you're, as much as like you're losing like a friend, a good friend or whatever, even if she was great at tricking you that she was a good friend all this time, she clearly wasn't. Like, I guarantee you she's been a shitty friend to you in other aspects that you might not even know about or not have realized as it was happening. But like, you genuinely didn't lose a friendship or a relationship in the situation. Like, you lost two people who needed to get the fuck out of your life because they didn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's basically it. I have nothing to add to that.
Insane though.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's messed up. You can't trust either one of them. Like, why would you want to still be friends with her?
Yeah. And also, you have to know, if it makes you feel any better, like anyone in your like whole circle, everybody's gonna think they're fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, and that's fucking insane. Like, you look like the girl who dodged a bullet, where everyone's like, wow, they think, like, if it wasn't like, thank God she's not in that, because I had no idea how crazy they were, or like I knew how crazy they were, and like she doesn't have to deal with this now. So I think that you're gonna just know that like everybody else looking in on this is probably like, especially because there's like only 2-3 months have been dating,
right?
Like
realistically
dating.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
Yeah.
God,
I'm sorry.
I am so sorry. There's
so many other guys out there.
Many, and so many other friends.
Yes.
Like, none of my friends, like, I fucked up I fucked up a lot in my life, but like, I fucked up once and made out with a guy that my friend had a crush on our freshman year of high school, our senior year of high school. She was so fucking mad at me. And I was like, you're right, that was really terrible. I was wasted. But like, that was a guy that she had a crush on that she never dated. Yeah. But like, none of my friends, none of us have ever fucking made out with anyone's ex-boyfriend, someone they hooked up with. Like, no. Like, except like high school. But that was like high school, and it wasn't even like boyfriends. It was like, should we go on the next one? Yeah.
Hi, Megan. Me and my roommate are sophomores in college, and we were calling because I have a question. I am a little bit stuck in the middle because I live with 3 girls, one of which lives in my actual room and is my best friend, and she is starting to talk to / date a guy that one of our other roommates happened to date and lose her virginity to. So it's just a really awkward thing. Also, they live across the hall from us, him and his 3 roommates. So I just don't want to be caught in the middle with the drama, and she doesn't even know what to do because she really, really likes him and he really likes her, and everybody wants everyone to be happy, but she doesn't know how to tell her other roommate, and I don't know how to tell my other roommate that I've known for a while but haven't said anything because that was what I was asked to do. So we wanted to talk to you and see if you could give us any advice on it. So let us know what you think.
You said you don't want to be in the middle, but you are in the middle. You're calling for your friend. Yeah. You're saying we.
I think you want to be in the middle.
Yeah.
I think you want to be in the middle.
You could have just told your friend to call the podcast.
Yeah. I think you're definitely probably a people pleaser and a problem solver, and you're trying to keep the peace. Mm-hmm. But it's not your responsibility at all. And there's really, really, really nothing that you can do. And no matter how anyone goes about telling her, her reaction is going to be like, it is going to range. Like, who knows what's really going to happen at all. But it's not your problem. And I know that they're your roommates and your friends and all that stuff. Personally, I don't feel great lying to people and not letting them know. So if it was me, I mean, as much as I would say like, oh, just stay out of it. If you could, I can't. I can't stay out of shit. So I would really tell my room, like the other girl, not the fucking shit. So many fucking roommates. I would tell the roommate who's hooking up with the guy or whatever. Yeah. Be
roommate
like,
1.
Roommate 1. Yes, I would tell roommate 1, hey, I don't feel great not telling her and not having her know. I feel like if I was in the situation, I would want to know, and I don't like being I don't like knowing when she doesn't know because it really has nothing to do with me, and I don't feel like if I know, I feel like she should also know, and so I need you to let her know, and I need you to tell her. Otherwise, I'm going to tell her, and I'm going to tell her everything. I'm going to tell her that, like, when you told me not to tell her, and I'll say I told her that I was going to not tell you and all of that stuff, but I don't feel okay about that because if I was in the situation, this is what I would want. And then give her the opportunity to tell her. And if she doesn't, then I think you just need to tell. So just all you need to do is not even like, and then if your roommate 2 tries to engage and talk to you about it, just be like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not involved in it. I just want everyone to be on the same page. And I'm not even on the same page. I don't even need you to be on the same page as her. I just need you to know everything that I know. So it's fair. So that's all there is. Because then at that point, your other roommate isn't going to you to talk to about this, all that stuff, because she shouldn't be confiding in you because it is none of your business. And it does affect you in the sense that like you all like 3 have a roommate relationship living together. So I'm always a fan of like when you have information that somebody else doesn't have, you just get everybody get the other 2 people on the same page, and then you can walk away from it and they can choose and do whatever they want with that. But from that moment, say that you're not going to participate in it, because I think the issue is with being like I'm not going to engage in this. You already know stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that, like, at least for me, would definitely make me feel uncomfortable.
I want to emphasize this so much. Don't room with people that you're friends with, because it just creates drama, unnecessary drama that doesn't have to be there. Just room with strangers, and then you wouldn't be in this situation.
And if you were in the situation, you wouldn't care. Like, it wouldn't have sleepless night. Like, it'd be like, oh, wow, that's weird.
Just that rando that we pay the same bills is sleeping with whatever. You wouldn't be personally invested.
So I think you just and then just tell the other friend, like, I don't want to hear about this, like, I don't want to be included in this. And also, if she keeps talking to you about this and all that stuff, that to me sounds like she wants the drama around it. Like, if she really, really liked this guy and was really concerned about the friendship with their other roommate, either A, it wouldn't have happened to begin with, or also then she would have talked to her about it to like get the clearance immediately. Right. But when you bring somebody else in it, you're trying to justify your actions, and that means that your feelings aren't matched to like your actions, you know? Yeah. God. So dramatic.
It is dramatic, especially because it was the first guy that she ever slept with too.
Why are you at the same did they sleep together at like the same year? Was this like 7 months ago? Dude, if that was like...
They're sophomores, so it was... Oh. It could have been within the year,
Dude, okay. Can we just also start a rule? Don't fuck your friends' boyfriends. Don't fuck your friends' guys that they used to hook up with who they had feelings for. Don't fuck your friends' crushes. Just don't do it. Yeah. Like... It doesn't make sense to me, like, at all. Like, again, high school, I understand if you're all in the same friend group. But if you meet somebody through your friend, like, as, oh, this is the guy that I'm seeing, or this is the guy that I have a crush on. Like, what? Like... Yeah.
Unless you guys are just really cool.
Like soulmates. But that's what I mean. Like, you have to be friends first. Yeah. Like, this idea that, like, it's just, like, I don't know, like someone you only knew through that. Like, you have to either become friends through that, but like the idea that you meet someone like...
And everybody in the situation should know everything that's going on.
Yeah, and like the friend who originally hooked up should be like, you know what? You guys would be so cute together. Like, you guys should, like, they should be the one instigating it. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all.
I don't either.
I would never, no offense to any of my friends' exes, I don't even make out with any of them. And we're back, everybody, and we are going on to the next question.
Here is my dilemma, I guess you could say. So I've been dating this guy for about a month and a half, and we are, like, our relationship is absolutely great, and I love it, but the first time him and I hooked up and had sex was very quickly. And, like, that has not, like, I don't care about that. Like, whatever. But, yeah, so we hooked up pretty fast into our relationship, and I'm in a dorm room, so not the best area to do that in. And honestly, like, it was okay, because I was, like, given the circumstance, like, okay, whatever. But that was the last time him and I have had sex. And I mean, he's been like touchy and stuff, but we just haven't done it since then. He said, he's like, oh, well, the next time we do it, make sure like we're in a more comfortable like area or like position kind of thing. And I was like, oh yeah, totally fine. But I just got off the phone with him, and this was the first thing that I thought of, obviously, to call you guys. But yeah, And he said, because I was like, oh, I just shaved my legs. I was like, I'm all smooth. And I didn't even really mean it in like a sexual way. I was just kind of letting him know, like, yay, I'm smooth now. But yeah, and he goes, it's going to be a while until I can be sexual with you again. And I was just like, what? And I was like, do you mean because of like the last time? And he's like, yes. And so I don't really know what I should do. Obviously, like if he like wants to wait, and I don't know if he necessarily just means waiting for a easier like access to do it, because in a dorm room it's not super fun or whatever. But yeah, so I just figured I would call you guys and ask your opinion on what you think.
What do you think her sign is?
Oh, a Cancer. I think she's a Cancer. Only, and I say this out of love, and also because Sydney's pretty far backlogged on this. Sydney definitely has ended up in some situations with guys where she was so sweet and so nice, and also like only a month in, and I was like, pump the brakes,
yeah,
mama. Don't make him lunch. Stop packing him a bagged lunch. Okay. We got to unpack this. Can we get a refresh? How old is she? 19? Freshman year?
She's 19, yeah.
Freshman year in college or sophomore year in college?
She second semester of college, so yeah, freshman.
Okay. I'm not here to speculate about your sex life and your experience or anything like that, or his, but that's what I'm going to do instead. I think, first of all, a month and a half, and maybe this was like we needed more clarity. I don't think either of us would call a month and a half like
a relationship. No.
I think you can date. I think also or do you mean that you had met, like, have you met prior to this? Like, this to me just seems so fast, which is also why this seems like a Cancer move to me. And I say this in lovingly. I love Cancer. I also have a Pisces moon, so I understand. So I'm just confused on a lot of levels. I'm confused in when was the first time you had sex, and how long is it that you've only had sex one time. He came really fast, and he's basically being like out of office indefinitely to be determined when we'll come back, which is just odd. And it's also odd because like I wouldn't even necessarily say it was odd if you hadn't called this a relationship, because like we always talk about like, oh, when you start a relationship, the like things that like are you're used to, and then how they differ and change as time goes on. You don't have anything to compare this to with this guy. Like, not like comparing the sexual experience to another person, but like you guys haven't known each other long enough, and like the frequency of sex, you don't like, you've only slept together once and you're already in a relationship. Like maybe he's a once every 3 years kind of guy. Like he only has sex on leap day. Like what do you like? That's what I don't understand. And I also like guys, a lot of guys come real fast, and
it just seems to me that he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's embarrassed. He thinks that his situational embarrassment is how he initially pitched it to you. But there's because he was like, we're in the dorm room. It wasn't uncomfortable. We need a different position.
Maybe he was a virgin.
Maybe that too. And yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready to have sex with you.
I know a lot of guys who had this issue in this age range as well. And this is also when those guys got really good at going down on girls. Like, so fucking, like, the quickness of some people. And, like, it totally depends on, like, there is, like, situational, all that stuff. It can just be, like, I have had friends where they, like, have, like, hooked up with someone, but they hadn't hooked up with a person in a really long time. They're like, I literally need to jerk off, like, right before I fucking see this girl, because, like, I'm not gonna, it's gonna be, like, 3 seconds. So I think, like, you just, like, sex isn't just like penetrative sex, and like you're saying, like he's still being kind of like touchy and that sort of thing, but I think you guys should just explore like sex as like a whole spectrum of things. And like even if he's going to finish quick, like again the book She Comes First, and that I think like at 19 that embarrassment from him, I'm sure like weighs heavy. So I think you just like, I mean, always the first time a guy comes so fast. I once hooked up with a guy when we were in high school and he came in his pants and I was like, this is so flattering. Like we were just literally making out and I was like, oh my God, this is so flattering. But he was mortified and I was like, no, it's flattering. And like very much like I know that it's not really has nothing to do, as much to do with me as much as it's like, oh, I'm young. Yeah. So I think like if you don't have to like not even necessarily talking about it because like that making him awkward, but
I mean, you talking about shaving your legs made him awkward.
Yeah, girl, I love
that's
you.
That's not
but
sexy
like,
talk.
What are you doing?
And also, he clearly thought you meant your vagina.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you're like, I'm so smooth. I just shaved. I'm so smooth. And then he was like, I don't want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This also makes me think you're Cancer. You were just so understanding and forgiving. And like this is, I think you just need to, I would just pump the brakes on everything, like a little bit, like not stop or just slow down. Because I think he also, if you guys are also already establishing this as a relationship, he probably feels like, oh, fuck, this is my girlfriend now. Now I have to be able to perform like this and I'm getting more nervous and he's more in his head. So I think if you guys can make it more casual and there be less pressure on everything, I think you're going to be able to figure out if you're compatible in like sexually, because that's also a huge aspect of it. So, and also I just wouldn't text the word smooth.
No.
Or like shaved. Like, I would never, I mean, I rarely shave my legs, but like,
Me too. My legs are very
like,
hairy right now.
Like now, if I shave my legs, it's more like, oh my God, babe, feel my legs. They're finally fucking shaved. I'm like, how great. So, yeah. And maybe like, dial down the sex.
Get to know each
aspect. Yeah. And if he's able to, which I really hope he is, because again, a lot of my friends who like had this became in college, like that's when they got really good at going down on girls, was it became less about, oh, penetrative sex like comes in 5 seconds. It's like, oh, well, if I get the girl to come first, then if I come in 5 seconds, it really doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. So I think you don't have to like tell him that at all. But I think once you take less pressure on like, oh, I want to have sex. Like we can just do other stuff. Like we can just like fool around and have fun that way. It'll ease the pressure off of him. And then you'll be able to see if you guys are even like sexually compatible. And if he's like interested in doing other stuff like that too. Also, let me know if you're a Cancer. Okay, next question.
Hi. So I'm going to keep this short because I just got cut off last time. Anyway. I am a 19-year-old female, and I have this friend who is also my age, and we've been friends. We've known each other for a really long time, and so we've recently just become good friends, though. We grew up in a small town, and now we both live in the city. So she lives with her boyfriend, and I am a bisexual female. And so in December, my friend and I went to a cabin with my family for Christmas, and she just stayed with the last couple days of our vacation, and we ended up doing stuff, or I did stuff to her, and we felt really guilty about it, but it was still super fun. And she kind of justified it by saying, you know, like, my boyfriend has cheated on me in the past with a guy, and I know it's still cheating no matter what gender it is, but I just feel like I wanted to try it out, and that was that. I had a little bit of feelings for her, but I kind of got over that quickly. And yeah, so fast forward to last night, it's February now. And for the last couple of months, she's been hinting at her boyfriend that she would be interested in having a three-way. And we ended up doing that last night. So yeah, I don't really know what to do now. I don't know what this means. I feel like everything's just a shit show. Yeah, so any advice you could give would be great. Please don't hate me for being an awful person. I love your podcast. I love Melissa. I love Megan and all the guests you have on. So, yeah, thank you. Bye.
Wow. Megan crawled up into a ball.
Well, also, it really did sound like you need to watch on YouTube, because I screamed no, and then she had a big pause and she goes, I know. So it was like she was responding to me.
Yep, it was pretty
out
funny.
Loud. Wow. First of all, I don't think you're a terrible person. And now I'm ready for everyone to be like, oh my God, double standard, Megan. Like, you always like hold like cheating and all that stuff. Okay.
This is a different situation.
It's a very different situation. Also because like they're, as much as like they were monogamous, seems definitely like a gray area considering he had been with someone else while they were together, and she didn't seem super angry about it and said that she wanted to try it, and then also having a threesome. Like this seems very
they're open.
Slightly more open than like the door was ajar.
Yeah.
The door was not locked.
Yeah.
So fuck all of you who are going to say I'm holding us to double standard.
These questions, when we give advice, it's situational based on that specific question. You can't.
Yeah.
If we make a comment about a different question, you can't hold it to the same standard for every single one.
I'm just like, I'm on the offense now. Like, fuck all of you. And they're like, we haven't said anything yet.
But we know you.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, I have no idea what the fuck to do.
Okay, so.
This is insane.
Here's the thing.
Oh, wait, you look like, what do you.
I've never done this, if that's what you're going to go for.
I was like, you've got this, like, okay.
No. So, if you didn't call in, if the friend had called in, I would have been like, if you want to have a threesome, don't do it with your friend.
Yes.
You bring some other rando that you may know.
Yeah.
Not somebody that you have a friend, that you have a friendship with. You're in a different scenario here because you're not cheating on anyone or bringing someone else into your relationship that you have.
Yeah.
You're just you by yourself. Yeah. So if something weird happens, you just lose a friend. You know?
Yeah. This is insane though.
Yeah.
Like
if you were your friend that was calling, I'd be like, you could mess up your friendship and your relationship, but in this situation, I would say just go for it and just do whatever, unless you're like just like best friends and you don't want to ruin your relationship, your friendship, but you've already crossed the line. So if you're having fun, I'd say just keep doing it.
I would say that too, because I also think like, I mean, if you have like, if part of your worry is, like if you don't feel comfortable like being with her solo, if he doesn't know, like have a conversation with her about that and be like, I am into like hooking up with you, but like not at like the expense of like hurting someone else. So like if they decide that they are going to be open in that aspect like as well and not just threesomes, or if like there's like a more solidified thing, like if it's a guilt thing, if that's what it is, then I would say like totally talk about it. But if it's just like, wow, this is like weird, I've potentially ruined friendship, you already did. Yeah. Once you see your friend, not even necessarily once you see your friend naked.
No.
Once
your finger has been inside your friend.
Yeah. Or change. Mouth or any other body part. Once that's happened, like they're like.
Once you've kissed your friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she was there to witness it.
God, wow. Also, I think as much as like this girl you say is your friend too, like you're her friend too, I just don't think that you either of you are seeing each other as best friends, because I just don't think, I think both of you have probably had like attraction sort of feeling thing. I don't think, like you said, like if this was like, you're way more likely to like pick a random than someone you're really close to. So I think there's probably always been some like attraction there. So I think also you said that you only recently started becoming like better friends. So maybe just like pump the brakes on having that be your go-to person, because you need a friend that you can go to talk about this to. Yeah. And like not her. But yeah, this is like, also, the cabin is so romantic. Like, there's a cabin, like the weekend. Like, oh my God. Wow. Yeah, that's just, I also just wonder, and this is the other thing I'd say, if you feel just fucking awkward, I could so see that, because if I was just like then had to be around, like, if you're hanging out and not hooking up, and then like you just like you're at her apartment with her boyfriend and like you've fucked them both and you're just like sitting there and you guys are all just like eating charcuterie like and not hooking, like is that not weird? Like
it is.
That's
weird.
The part where I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like don't feel like you have to uphold like like other friendship stuff and like let's go all see like Captain Marvel together and you're like, we've fucked, all of us have fucked. Like I don't think you necessarily need to pursue a friendship
unless it's a triple date.
I can't. Sister wives.
Yeah.
Wow. I just
at Thorple.
Also, then how would you? I would be like, but if he can pick up on it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, have they hooked up before? But yeah, I think as long as you're having fun, you're being safe.
Yeah.
And you also don't, if you don't feel awkward, you don't need to feel awkward. Like me saying like, wow, I would feel so awkward. I feel awkward all the time, like all the time. But if you feel like you should feel bad or you should feel guilty or anything like that and you want our permission, fucking permission granted. You don't have to feel like, if you don't, you don't have to feel a certain way about this. There isn't something that like is screaming to me that like, oh no, you need to feel a certain way. Like just do whatever, like whatever you're feeling is fucking valid and roll with it.
As long as everybody is comfortable and on the same page, then keep doing it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun. Be safe.
Don't get pregnant, especially in this
My
situation.
mind just went, wow, please don't get pregnant with his baby. Wow. She gets pregnant too and they both have kids.
Yeah.
Wait, so they're...
And then they would kind of be like twins, but not.
Whoa. Or do. Crazy.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Wow. That's insane. Oh my God. Wow. Can you call us back and just update us on your life?
I know.
Or do you have any other fun stories? Because this is crazy. Oh my God.
This is definitely a unique one.
This is.
And I hope somebody calls in with similar
same
situation where it's like working out for them.
Yeah. I also love the idea of like being in a small town and like kind of being friends. And I don't know if like you had known that she was bi or if she knew that you were bi and then you guys end up in the same city and then suddenly you're in a cabin hooking up. Like, I'm sure there's also like, that just is my romanticized idea of it that has like no conversations or speaking involved. Like, I'm sure there had to be like some conversations about it. But like, wow, that's amazing. It's romantic as hell. As long as no one's
it's
getting
also
hurt.
like in December. I'm just
picturing
right? Like snow.
Where do they? I mean,
in
we'll
the
figure out where they
cabin.
live.
Yeah,
but like, that's just like this seems like a Nancy Meyers movie.
I love this.
Me too.
I might write this story.
I like it. I just like I would be so bad in the situation. Like I just like am not like a sexually. If I like am into somebody, like I'm not sexually attracted. I don't want to have sex with other people. Like I'm just like weird. But more than that, I need to have the upper hand.
Gotcha.
So like the idea that like I would be the new girl, I'd be like, fuck that being the new girl. I'm the senior on campus. Like I know, like I need to have the upper hand. Like I am not good without being in control.
I think I could do it with 2 bi guys.
Oh,
like
okay.
that are in a relationship
100%.
together.
I would, because then you have all the attention. That literally fulfills exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I wouldn't be able to. Also, I would just feel weird. Like they stay there and then you just leave. Because they live there, you know.
See, I feel like that's like ideal for me. Like I can just dip in and out when I want to.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is true. I just like again, like I like control. I like my place. I kick you out.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I can
the
just
ability to leave.
I can just leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I would not. It would have to be guys. And also, that's the part that I'm like, I just don't know where I would, because I also feel like I have to know somebody to like be like super sexually attracted to them at this point in my life that like I'm just like I don't have like, do you know what I mean? Like I don't like, if I was single maybe I would be like, oh yeah, I'll like a hot one night stand kind of thing, but like most of the time people I find either really boring or really annoying, and then I have to get to know you and find out you're not boring or annoying, and then I'm like, okay, now I remember that you're still hot. Like, but like otherwise you just, or you have to be silent the whole fucking time.
Sapiosexual.
I've heard that's a thing, but I was like,
that's exactly what you just described though.
But
you need to know that somebody's not stupid and that you're attracted to their mind as well as
but
their
also
body.
That's also because I don't go out and drink now. So like the only time I would meet somebody is like on a dating app and we have to have a date. So like if I met somebody and we were at a bar, or like I was drunk and we like hooked up and I didn't have to talk to them, fine. But the second I talk to them, then I can't hate them. Then I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their allure wears off the second that they like talk and they're terrible. But if they don't talk and they're not terrible, then I don't know that they're terrible, then I'm fine. Okay. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to, because I also can't imagine like how I would be in a situation where I meet two like that, like if Kyle had a boyfriend, then I have to have like, I mean, Kyle would, I would, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like there's 2 guys, but like we have to pretend that they're bi. But like I just can't foresee myself like, I don't know. I don't go out enough to be picked by that. Okay, on to the next.
It's time for Don't Blame Them.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys, it's time for Don't Blame Them. Ooh, yeah, don't blame them. Don't blame them. Don't blame them. Wow, how can you twerk while sitting down and I can't do it like in the perfect? This is not fucking fair.
This is a follow-up. I feel like for the Don't Blame Nims that I pick for episodes with us, we'll just do like the previous episodes that we've done.
Okay, I like that.
So this is someone calling. The original caller had called us about pegging.
Oh, yes.
And so this is someone that has had similar experience in the same lane.
I'm recently married, and ever since our entire relationship, we've been very open with sexual relations, and whatever like the other person wants to try, we say at least try it once. And we both have a few things that we're like, maybe not, but we always try something. And I think that's only because we're comfortable with each other, and I'm so nervous, but we're comfortable with each other, and we feel safe with each other. I mean, obviously we're married, so I found an amazing man. But definitely in relationships before, I would always be like, no, I don't want to try anything, because I clearly was not comfortable with those people, and they were not the person for me. But definitely, I think that if you're in a good relationship and it's the right kind of relationship for you, and you guys just mesh really well, that sexual activities and anything sexual should be fun. It should be kind of exciting and something that you get to do together. I mean, you both get pleasure from it, but it's also something that it's together that you're doing it. For us, it's an act of love and adventure and just excitement. But yeah, definitely just make sure you're 100% comfortable with your partner, and don't be afraid to try something new. And also, I'm 22 and he's 23, and I just want to say that there is real love out there, and that it'll come around when it's your time, and just be patient, work on yourself, and just know that it's going to happen when it's meant to happen, and kind of have that faith. Okay, well, that's all. I love you, Megan, and guests. Cool. Okay, bye.
Jamila has a great quote that says, she posted on her Instagram, was anything is a dildo if you try hard enough.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that before. Not just from her, but I've seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, I think this girl's...
This is a dildo.
Yeah, oh God, so angular. Not girthy at all.
Turn that vibration setting
literally, on. Right? No, I think she's very right in her not saying that she's tried pegging, but...
I think you have.
Which there's
I'm
no
going to bleep
shame.
your name, but girl.
E.
You
but
have.
She's very right in the sense that, like, there's definitely, like, I don't know. I mean... I think like when you're in a long-term relationship with somebody, there's so much stuff that like, even if you're like not gung-ho, you're more like, I might think about it more. Like I would try it more. And we've talked about that before, where it's like, there are certain things that like, I constantly play this game with Moss, which he again fucking hates, where I will just like throw these hypotheticals and being like, if I said I wanted to do this, would you want to do this? And he's always like, I guess I'd try, like, sure. And it's ridiculous stuff. And so if you're in a relationship with somebody, I think people are much more inclined to try versus like, I'm not gonna like, I don't know,
fuck the back of a neck.
Back of the neck.
Like you put your you lean your neck back so it's like a hot dog bun.
First of all, that is so bad for your neck. So much tension.
I know, but I want everybody to try this.
I'm gonna get dizzy. Wait, okay, what do I do?
And then I don't know why this even came to my mouth. I guess it's like a deep fantasy of mine. I guess.
And you fuck the back of the neck? Are you kidding?
Some guy out there is probably into it. You gotta have your hair up.
You have to have a really, really tiny dick. Like, let's... Also, can you just imagine, like, wetness in your, like, first of all...
You gotta lube it up first.
You have to lube it, but think about getting that out of your hair. Like, there are some times where I'm like, I don't want to wash my hair. There are other times I'm like, I need to wash my hair. Whatever gets in my hair is fine. But
here you go.
The base of your hair, that's like...
You use coconut oil, then it's a deep condition.
No, totally. But my thing is, if it's somewhere visible, I will be like, oh, let me clean. But if it's the back of my neck, back of my hair, I fucking fall asleep. I don't remember. I like walk around. I go to the gym suddenly. Like it's like I take my hair out. It doesn't move. It's like that movie.
Mary.
Yes, something about Mary.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can you imagine just drips down your back from your hair?
Yeah, that'll be hot.
No.
Yeah, that's somebody's fantasy.
Yeah, I'm not here to judge anybody. For me, it's mostly along the lines of like, I just would be if I don't see it, I'm afraid I'm not going to clean it.
If I don't see it, I don't clean it.
Yeah, I will forget. I feel like somebody out there is going to like try and fuck their neck or fuck someone else's neck.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Also, you also have to have a little bit of like an exorcist fantasy because this is like that looks like you're being possessed. Like that is like you're being possessed by the fucking devil. Like you have a little bit of it.
I'm just thinking of all the body parts that just fold. What if you did
Like
it to the side of your neck?
Stop trying to like break your fucking neck.
Your elbow, between your elbow and your bicep.
That's the one where you used to send like nudes and you're like, oh, it's my butt.
It's my vagina.
Yeah, look at that.
You can get that behind the knee action. Tighten it out.
Tighten that out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Where else could you do it? I mean, honestly, everything.
Everything's a vagina.
Yeah, everything is a vagina if you try hard enough. Wow. If you bend far enough back. Yeah. If you contort your body enough, everything will be a vagina. Can you imagine going to the chiropractor, though, and your like, neck is like... Also, I'm just picturing your face. Like, if someone's like fucking your neck, and there you are.
But you're like this. If you're going, hold on. If you're going,
yeah. How is this? Megan, why do you give me all these sexual questions?
You're just rocking back and forth. Or side to side.
You would be the one moving too?
Hey.
My neck is backwards and I'm also moving on that apparatus? Yes. And he's just standing there?
Yeah. You have to hold your knees. Arch your back a little bit.
Wait, so we're sitting straight up?
Yeah, we're sitting.
We're not laying down?
No, we're lying like we're sitting like we are right now on this couch. So we're sitting up.
Hey, babe, I'm bringing something. Moms, I have a trick to show you. What the fuck are you doing?
And then he kind of straddles the couch behind you.
No, are you gonna? I'm not gonna be able to shut my mouth while I do this. It's just like.
Okay, then bend your neck back. And then
my traps are too tight.
And then rock from side to side.
Why are your eyes closed?
Where am I supposed to look at the ceiling?
I know your mouth and your eyes were closed. My mouth and my eyes were wide open. Like,
hey, we all have different O faces, okay?
Yeah. Oh my god, my trainers would be so mad. Like, your neck is so tight. What is this?
And then you go the other way, and then he gets you from the
fuck
front.
Your double chin. Fuck your double chin.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
You know what? We need a rap song about that. Yeah. I want to fuck your neck, then I want to fuck your double chin. Yes. You know who needs to do that? The kid who did Tatiana.
I already knew what you were gonna say.
I played that for Moss had never heard the song.
I only heard it because it was on Heather McMahon's Instagram story.
How have you not? It's like one of the most popular songs right now. That's crazy. Also, you know what the funniest part of all of this is like it's gonna be worse than a hand job. Like satisfying wise, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of effort for worse than a hand job.
But it's something
you can't get pregnant.
You can't get pregnant, and it's something new.
It is something new. Try some out. Try some new stuff out. Not into pegging. Have you tried necking?
Negging.
Oh my god, yes.
No, because necking like used to be like making out. But
I think it's still like.
I mean, but people said it like in the 50s.
I think the UK never evolved from that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in other ways, you guys are great.
Yeah.
I just think like some of your language. Aubergine. You know what that is?
No.
An eggplant.
Oh yeah, you told me that before.
Courgette. Zucchini. Also, speaking of things you could fuck yourself with, aubergine.
Oh yeah,
and a courgette. Except sometimes like zucchinis have that like a little bit of like prickly stuff on the outside. That sounds painful.
Yeah, unless it's like ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh, true. But what if it's like the tire things? You drive one way, you're fine, but you drive the other way, it's not. Like it goes in fine, doesn't come out fine. Yeah, that sounds painful.
Yeah.
Once a girl
you put a condom on over it.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love masturbating with a condom? All about that.
But I'm just saying that would be the solution.
It would solve your.
But and it's waxy anyway, so you would
wax
need,
on, wax off.
You would need some type of
some sort of lubricant.
I love this. For more tells and tangents like this, listen to our bi-weekly bonus episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good time. This is really what we get into.
Bi-monthly, I should say.
Bi-monthly.
Yeah.
I've never understood how that shit works.
Technically you can still say bi-weekly, but I don't like it because it also means twice a week.
That's what I never understood, right? Yeah. Doesn't it both? It's like aloha. Mm-hmm. Confusing. Though aloha, I don't even care. You're in Hawaii. You're like, hello, goodbye. Don't give a shit.
Right.
Everything's good here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys should really listen to us on Stitcher. It's a goddamn good time.
It is.
You hear a lot of this unfiltered stuff. And also know that just because it's on Stitcher doesn't mean that it's like PG. Like we're equally, if not more.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more personal stories.
It is very personal.
Way too personal. Wow.
This is fun.
My vagina's been clenching this whole
Mine's
time.
wide open.
God. Okay.
All right.
Well, guys, fucking follow us on our socials. You can follow the podcast, Don't Blah Meme Pod. If you want to call in for an upcoming episode, leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. I didn't do this already, did I?
It doesn't matter. If you did, we'll cut it out.
Oh, okay. And then if you're an international listener, email us an audio file at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to update us on, if you've been on a previous episode, give us an update where your life is at. Call us in too. And if you want to give us like a minor update, or you just want to tell us what your zodiac sign is, if we guessed it correctly or not, send us a DM. We check those all the time. Yeah. And yeah, guys, watch on YouTube and go on iTunes and leave us a review. You can check us out there and do all of the things.
That's good.
Do all the things.
Yeah.
Just do all the things.
Happy April.
Happy April showers. Bring me flowers. Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melissa DeMonts. Camera operator Amanda Lechner. Production assistance by Julie Carley, and music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso, part of the HerPod Network.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.